It is Valentine's Day and I've truly never been more prepared for the holiday as I am wearing a full pink uniform from head to toe. As you can see, beautiful, lacy, little pink shirt from Zara. Going down the body, we got a nice, luxurious pair of pink sweatpants. Oh my God. Okay. So I really wanted to do a Valentine's Day look today that was sort of right in the middle of being glam and then being like more natural, which is what I typically go for. I really wanted to just get something right in the middle for those of you who, you know, want to feel your best on your Valentine's Day festivities. And I would like to say, I know that Valentine's Day is like a sore subject for a lot of people. Don't let a Hallmark holiday make you sad. Valentine's Day, I feel like, is just a subtle reminder to love the people in your life. So if you don't have a significant other in your life, please don't be upset. First of all, I'll be your Valentine, no problem. Second of all, love yourself. Put on makeup for absolutely no reason, even if you're gonna be watching a movie and eating ice cream on your couch all night, it really doesn't matter. Just make yourself feel good and show some love to you. Either way, I hope you guys are going to enjoy this tutorial. I haven't done like a dedicated full-on tutorial in a really long time. I've sort of been craving to do one. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And of course, subscribe if you wanna continue seeing videos from me. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys in and let's just jump right into it. I do wanna start off on the face first. I really want the skin to be really nice and glowy and fresh looking, but I still wanna have some coverage. So it's not gonna be like my typical no makeup foundation routine that I normally do. I sort of wanna do something a little bit more full coverage, but I still want it to look not heavy. For my primer today, I'm gonna be using my Hourglass number 28 primer serum. This is one of my favorite primers to use when my skin is feeling extra dry because it just provides like the most hydrating layer for my foundation to sit on. And I find that it actually makes my more full coverage foundations, which is what I'm gonna be using today, look a little bit more natural looking. So that's mainly why I really wanted to use this primer. It just makes everything look so glowy and fresh. So I'm going to go in now with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And this product pretty much just gives the skin a really pretty glow from within look. So I really do like this right on the tops of the cheekbones. I'm also gonna put some above my brow. Don't mind the color. I know it's a little bit dark for my skin right now, but we will be going over it with a foundation, so it's going to completely like blend into the skin. So now I'm just taking my Eco Tools Beauty Blender and I'm just going to pounce that into my skin. For my foundation, I'm gonna be taking my tried and true, especially for events or special occasions. It's the Armani Luminous Silk. This is a really beautiful, like medium to full coverage foundation and has a really nice natural finish. I love this. I'm gonna be using the shade number 4 today. So I just went ahead and put 2 pumps of that on the back of my hand. I'm going in with the same sponge and just going to pounce that all over my face. Really the key is for a full coverage look that's not too heavy is to use as little product as possible. So I really like to make sure that I'm really stretching the product as much as it could possibly go so that it, you know, doesn't build up and look heavy on the skin. As you guys are able to see, I dipped the sponge into the foundation only once and that was able to cover my whole entire face. So there's really not a lot of foundation on my face right now, but it did cover up everything really nicely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more product and then just put that where I feel like I just want a little bit more coverage. So that's normally around my nose and around my cheek area. So that way I'm keeping the coverage concentrated and I have as little product on my face as possible, but the coverage is there. So the base is pretty much done. I'm not gonna apply my concealer yet because I really wanna use my concealer to sharpen up my eye look that I'm gonna be putting on. So I'm now gonna start off with my eyes. I'm gonna zoom you guys even more so you could really see exactly what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna be jumping around quite a few eyeshadow palettes. I don't know why, but I'm really feeling like using a lot of different types of eyeshadows today, so don't mind that. Sort of wanted to use the Friendcation palette from Dose of Colors and Desi and Katie because there's so many great Valentine's Day-esque colors in here, like this pink and this one over here, and it has some great builder block colors like these guys right there, so I may use a little bit of that. I also really want to use this little eyeshadow stack from the brand KAJA. It's in the shade number 02 Orange Blossom, and you have 3 eyeshadows in here and they stack on top of each other like that, and all the shades are so pretty and metallic and glittery, and I thought that this shade in particular would be stunning for all over the lid, so I think that's what I'm going to wear. I'm gonna swatch it so you guys can see. So pretty. Sort of like a pink with a gold reflex to it, and it's really, really sparkly. Oh my God, yes, I have to put that all over my lid. I don't have a choice. So I'm gonna go into the Friendcation palette from Desi and Katie and Dose of Colors, and I'm gonna start off with this shade over here. It's like the most perfect transition shade that's not like too warm or anything. It's nice and neutral. And I'm just gonna pop this right above the crease. I really want to make like a full-on cat eye shape today, so I'm actually not gonna really bring my crease color past the half point of my eye, because I really want the eyeshadow to help in making the illusion that my eye is pulled outwards and into that cat eye shape. So I'm just buffing this color on that outer corner and only about halfway above my crease, as you guys can see. And the brush I'm using, by the way, is my Smith 232. And I just want to make sure that it's nice and blended. And I don't really need to worry too much about being precise in the outer corner, because like I said, I did not apply my concealer yet, and I'm going to use the concealer to sharpen that up. So be as messy as you want at this point. Now I'm gonna go into a smaller blending brush, like a super tiny one. This is my Morphe 506, M506. And I'm going to take this shade. This is such a pretty deep dark brown. It's really nice and rich. I'm just going to start to apply this, like I said, right on the outer corner of my eye. And I'm not gonna bring this past that point right there. I'm gonna take a clean blending brush in between like applying it, just to make sure that it's blended into the transition color nicely. So I'm just gonna basically continue to apply it, blend it, apply it, blend it until I'm happy with the way it looks. So when I reapply it though, I'm not bringing the color quite as high up. I'm keeping like the right at the top edge where I already blended, free of any more eyeshadow, because I want it to be really nice and dark and deep and concentrated, but it'll only stay really concentrated if I don't keep on like blending it over and over, because when you blend eyeshadow, it dulls it a little bit. So you want to make sure that every time you reapply that you apply just a little bit more concentrated to keep that color impact. So because there's going to be a pretty harsh transition between where the brown is and where like the shimmery color starts, I'm going to take a little bit of the transition shade that we used, just where the dark brown meets the lid, so that there is some sort of transition between the two colors and it's not going to be super harsh. Now I'm gonna go into the beautiful lid shade, and I'm going to apply this with my finger. I feel like these definitely work best with the finger because they are so sparkly. And oh my God, it's so pretty. I'm gonna put this all over the lid. Oh ho ho, this was such a good choice. Oh yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous. And now I'm just going to very precisely reapply a little bit more of the dark brown just right on that outer corner, just to keep that intensity there. Now I'm going to go in with my makeup wipe, and I'm just going to clean up any fallout and also that outer corner. Okay, so for my inner corner brow bone highlight, I'm actually gonna take this little Marc Jacobs single eyeshadow. It's the Omega Shadow in the shade Primo. I've spoken about this before. I actually love to use this eyeshadow as a cheek highlighter. It is so beautiful, so intense, so glowy, but it's obviously also beautiful on the eyes, especially for the inner corner. I really wanted to use this because it does have like a slight champagne-y pink undertone, and I just feel like it will really complement the eye look that we have going on. This is my Smith 253. And I'm just gonna pop this right on the inner corners of the eye. And then also putting some of that right on the brow bone. Okay, time to finally apply my concealer. So for my concealer today, I'm going to be using my Cover FX Power Play Concealer in the shade N Light 2. This is a really nice, more full coverage concealer. I mentioned before, but when I do use more full coverage foundations, I like to match my concealer to that so that everything looks nice and uniform. This is a really great one. Going in with my sponge again and just gonna blend that out. I love the flat edge on the sponge. I feel like I'm able to really precisely get pretty close to my eyeshadow with it and not ruin it, which is great. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of my Milk Makeup Translucent Setting Powder. This one is in the shade Translucent Light. And I'm just gonna take some on my sponge, and I'm gonna use this to set my under eyes. I'm not baking or anything. I just wanna make sure that everything is set in place. So to finish off the eyes, I sort of want to do a little bit of like a pop, something a little bit different on the lower lash line. So I am going to take this shade right here from the Desi & Katy palette, and I'm going to smudge that on my lower lash line. It's not like a super bright pink shade, so it's not going to be super intense or like in your face, but it does add a little bit of like something different to this look. So it's not just like a typical brown smoky eye. So for my waterline, I'm going to apply this shade and see what that looks like. It could be a little bit tricky. Sometimes pink in the waterline will make it look like you have pink eye, which is not the look that you want, but sometimes it could actually make your eyes look really like beautiful. So we're going to test it out, see what it looks like. If anything, I could always just like layer something dark on top just to, you know, cancel it out if I have to, but I really want to try it. So this is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Lava and So On, number 800. Ooh, you know what? I actually really like that. I don't feel like it makes me look like I have pink eye. I think that looks really pretty. I'm going to be trying out the new ColourPop BFF Volumized Mascara. This one's in the shade Black on Black. I'm going to put that on my upper lashes. You know what? Maybe I'll put like a pink one on my lower lashes. Oh, we are getting creative today. First, let's do the black though. Let's see how this is gonna look. It actually reminds me, like the wand reminds me quite a bit of the Too Faced Better Than Sex and the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's like that hourglass shape that's really fluffy. I actually do really like the way that made my lashes look. I feel like it made my lashes look really nice and voluminous. It's not super lengthening, but it made my lashes look good. I really like that a lot. Taking the pink mascara, this is in the shade Pink Ink. And I'm gonna put this on my lower lashes. Woo! I actually really like that, surprisingly. I thought that it would be a little bit more intense than it actually is, but I feel like it's subtle enough that it's not like, oh my gosh, she's wearing pink on her lower lashes, but it still enhances the pink color that we have there. And I feel like it's just really fun. It's a fun way to add a little bit of a pop of color, but that's not too like crazy in your face. Ooh, now I want to move on to the rest of the face. So I'm going to bronze with my Hourglass Radiant Bronze Light Bronzer. And I'm going to take my Hourglass double-ended brush. I'm going to take the big side. The reason why I wanted to use this bronzer in particular is because it does have a really nice sheen to it. And like I said, I want to keep my skin looking fresh and glowy. So this will just help keep that glow there, or even add some. I just love the color of it. It's so nice and warm. For my highlighter, I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Blush, and this one is in the shade Natural Glow, and it is like a pinky peachy highlighting type of shade. I thought that this would be really pretty. Again, staying within the pink theme for today's video, I'm going to take this on my Zoeva Luxe Powder Fusion brush. It's a perfect highlighting brush. And I'm just going to pop this right on those cheekbones. It's really nice and subtle. It's not too intense, but it still gives that stunning glow. For my blush, I'm taking another Physicians Formula Butter Blush. This one's in the shade Vintage Rouge, and it's a perfect nude pink. So taking that on my Morphe JH05, and then just popping that right on like the cheekbone area. This is the type of color that really looks like not much on the pan, but on the cheeks, it is so stunning. Like, look how beautiful this shade is. I feel like it's one of those blushes that just sculpts the face so perfectly, but the color's not too intense or in your face either. I just feel like it's like the most perfect blush. I'm gonna go off camera now. I'm gonna do my brows, and then we'll come back to finish off this look with the lips. I really wanted to keep the lips simple, do a classic like pinky nude. I think that'd be really pretty. So I'm first gonna line my lips with my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade 600 Anywhere Caffeine. I've been using this one like nonstop lately. It's such a great lip liner. For the actual lip color, I'm gonna be taking this Maybelline lipstick in Naked Coral, number 555. You could totally keep it at this super pretty matte, but I'm going to add a little bit of gloss. This is my ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Curvy. And I'm just gonna put that right in the center. And then that, guys, finishes off the whole entire look. I love the little pop of pink on the lower lash line, and I think that pink mascara made the biggest difference in the world. So guys, that finishes off my little Valentine's Day tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you end up recreating this look, please send me a picture on Twitter and Instagram. You guys know I always love seeing your recreations. And if you do send me stuff on Instagram, I will often repost it to my story because I get so proud of you guys. I just want to share it with everybody. Of course, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this tutorial and want to see more tutorials in the future, and subscribe if you want to join the fam. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.